Well, this should be really quick. Everyone sit down, grab a cup of coffee. So my name is Katia Bloom. I have two daughters at the Lycée Français. My oldest daughter, Rafaela, is in CM1, and my youngest daughter is in Grande Section. We're not going to analyze how I mispronounce that. I am originally from Riga, Latvia. I immigrated to the United States a very long time ago. Since then, I've lived in Spain, so I speak Russian at home. I speak Spanish fluently, and I attempt to speak French just to annoy my children because that's why I had them. We're very much representative of a segment of the lycée community that are foreign parents, but non-French speaking. Some of the reasons that brought me here are the reasons that have kept us here, and they've only increased dramatically from a positive perspective. One was the education. The kids that come out of the lycée, they're actually educated, and that was really important to me. I really like the cultural diversity. It's more than just a bilingual school. Obviously it's that too, but it's not just a bilingual school because it's not a school where you enroll your kids and you can check a box that they speak some French. It's also more than just bilingual because it's truly culturally European, and that was really important to me. I wanted my kids, and still want my kids, to really be bicultural, and the lycée allows me to do that. You know, I love the location. It's in the middle of the city. I also really like that it was big enough that they're gonna meet all sorts of people, but small enough where they're gonna get that attention, especially for kids that don't have French-speaking parents full-time at home. Frankly, we really liked it. We liked everyone we met. Everyone was super friendly, super warm. All of us come to a French school with a certain, let's say, stereotype of French culture, and it was nothing like that. That's why we chose to send our kids to the Lycée Français, and we've been thrilled. I have more positive things to say now than I did when I enrolled, and I was pretty happy then. I became a board member. I became secretary 4 years ago, and I've recently become vice president, and that obviously gives you a whole new perspective to just how hard it is and how much work it is to put this together day in and day out. And I remember it was maybe my third month on the board, and I was still a fairly recent parent, and I pulled Monsieur Texier aside and I said, you know, I've been in the tech world for a long time, and I have to say, I tip my hat. I had no idea how much work it is to run a school. And now that I've had that insight, I have a whole new respect for just how thoughtful the administration is and just how much work goes into it all. My family went through quite a journey in the last few years. We had a pretty intense catastrophe, and the way that this community showed up, I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but I get emotional every time. The way that my daughter's classmates' parents just drove her to school every day, no questions asked, bought supplies, made her feel comfortable, because I was hospitalized for an incredibly long time. I remember Sylvie Johnson texting me and saying, Rafaela smiled today. And like, this was at a time when I couldn't walk, I couldn't roll over to the side. Rafaela's teachers from the year past and the year prior and Sylvie would get together once a week to make sure that they're not asking her the same questions, to not overwhelm her. And I just remember being like, oh my God, like it was above and beyond. It went from the president of the board calling me and going, I don't even want you to think about being off the board. Your seat is warm and we will pick up your slack till you're ready to come back. It was the number of parents delivering food, making sure that I had everything taken care of once I was back home, but still very much handicapped. It was the way that my daughter's moyenne section teacher pulled her out when all this was going on and I was hospitalized for months and said, listen, you come to me anytime and I will just hug you in the hallway. Like, you don't find that anywhere else. So this community, and I say this at every new parent meeting going forward, it's family, and it is something that you cannot take for granted. The way that this community supports each other, it's more than just our kids are in the same French class. It's incredible. It's such a grounding force, and I'm so incredibly grateful for it. It's home. Absolutely. LFSF, j'adore.
Thank you.
De rien.